Good morning. Today is January 14th, 2020. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. Super excited that you're joining me. I love that you guys joined me. And thanks for joining me on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday this week. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. I've loved to see that all of you are starting out really strong in 2020. A ton of social media posts. So that's super awesome. And so I have been working on a whip, and I'm going to pull it out and show it to you.
Flip it out.
So here it is. I can't show you. So I've been stitching like crazy on whatever this is. So next Wednesday here at Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. We're going to actually have two big announcements. And I can't say what they are. I have to be really good and not slip up today and not tell you what they are. But you can guess below and tell Lily what you think it is. And then I can go through the comments later and see like if y'all are right, if you're not right, but you're not going to want to miss next Wednesday. So this is kind of your heads up to make sure you don't miss next Wednesday.
Yes, we're also 30 people away from 10,000 subscribers. So if you haven't
30?
subscribed yet, yes, it's so little.
Tell your friends.
Yes, tell your friends. Come subscribe. Come see all the good stuff.
Yes, we love to like every week come and show you new stuff. And so you'll see that every week you're going to see that I stitch something personally. I try to stitch a ton of stuff. And that's how I actually came up with showing you that, because I'm like, well, I've been working on this secret thing and I don't want people to think I haven't stitched. So there's that. We have started off 2020 with Quilty Love, which is our brand new pattern from Holt. And here it is right here. I stitched this on 10 count oatmeal, and I used the AuriFloss pack. I can't even remember because it's been a while since I stitched it. And then I got some buttons, and I used the Cloud Small Vintage Trim by Holt. All of that is by Holt, and we are having a fun stitch along, and I love all the colors. And I am going to have something stitched next week that's like a little mini thing that goes with it, and then I can like put them together. And we have a winner this week, so if you've been stitching along with Quilty Love, here is our winner.
All right.
It is Lori Griffin's. And she's doing yellows.
Oh, yes.
So, and then I'm going to show you, let's see, let me have this. Okay, so this is kind of what we have. This is the fabric. It's the 10 count. These are the buttons. So you can see that I used her buttons. I just pulled the pink and red and white out. Here's her vintage trim. And then we have the different thread packs, but we're encouraging you to use whatever thread floss you want. You don't have to use pink, red, and white, especially, you know, some people really don't. This is the pattern cover. And I wanted to show you on the inside, we do it in full color. Just to show you that a lot of people don't, I'm learning this, a lot of people don't decorate for Valentine's Day, and that's okay. So we want you to think outside the box and not feel like you have to do it in the red, pink, and white, which I happen to love, but that's okay. So this is an Americana version, and Cody is stitching this. This is row 1, and we will pop up our screen of what we're doing each week, but you can see how different this looks next to this and how they both still look really good. So we'll pop up our little thing, so you can see week 2 will be this row over here, and we love that all of you are sewing along. And then I've got some other things to show. I've got Cheryl's to show. Cheryl is not here because her granddaughter got married, so this is hers though. So her house, she decorates everything in blue, so she of course is doing the blue. And let me tell you the colors. So for Cody's, which is this, the red, white, and blue, she's using 825 and 817 and white. And then Cheryl is using 731, 3725 and white. And then we have some others that we can show you also. This is Stitching in the Barn, and she's got a great FlossTube channel if you want to subscribe to her. And this is, she's going to be joining us, and so this is her like teaser post that she'll be joining us. And then Jana Glosson, this is beautiful. She's using a combination of Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. And she's doing blue and purple. It's really pretty. And I love that she's already on that second row. And then Jo So Handmade, super cute. She's doing kind of a taupe instead of the white because she's got a white Ada, so that's pretty cool. And then the kitty, this is Nander 402. And it looks like she's going to do more of a Christmas, like traditional Christmas colors. And then look, Aggie Rachel, she stitches so much. She's already almost done. I think it looks like she went from the bottom to the top and she just got one little thing left. And then the red thimble, she had finished hers before we started the sew along, and I really loved hers. And I think hers looks awesome. You can't even tell that it's like originally was going to be Valentine's.
All right.
And so that's what we got. So I would love to know, and we've got some other people stitching along with us, and we're going to show you their progress next week. I would love for you to comment below and let us know, like, what colors are you doing? You know, you've seen Americana, Valentine's Day. I mean, is anybody doing Halloween? I've seen a lot of blue and white, a lot of purple. But I'm just wondering if there's like any other themes like Halloween or fall or whatever. Just to kind of hear what everybody's doing. And does anybody have any questions?
I don't see any questions yet, but Life's So Crazy said that they're stitching in white cloth with red, pink, and aqua floss to match their sewing room decor.
Awesome.
That sounds lovely. And Pat Bro says, love the variations. I am also choosing alternate colors for this one, waiting for my floss to arrive. Let us know what floss you're using, Pat.
Yay. And so we also started last week our Parade of Homes, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It is hashtag FQS Parade of Homes, and we're just encouraging you to stitch throughout the year and maybe do a series. And so everybody who works here, we went through last week and kind of showed what everybody was doing, and I decided to kind of get a jump start on mine. And I went ahead and finished mine for the month because that's just me. So this is Blossom House, and yeah, so I made some changes. I'm going to read you off my changes in a little bit because they're in my book. I did change over here on the trellis. I did a little bit less of the green. I'm not sure if I love it or not, but I love the house part. I feel like the vine might be a little too thick. I might unstitch it and then do it with smaller. So let me know what you think. And these are Lazy Daisy stitches, and I finished it last night. And I might finish it on this. Ooh. So, what I might do is like do each of the houses. Sorry, I can't. There we go. Yeah. So I might do each of the houses on this board and then do, but I am going to probably paint this because while this would match my house, it's got browns and grays. I think it would be distracting. So what I'm planning to do is paint this, or like sponge paint just on top, so the colors kind of fade back. And then I'm gonna finish all four and then decide what I'm gonna do, because I'd obviously put a fabric behind it on sticky board, and so I would have to decide, do I want to do the same fabric throughout, a different fabric? And I think that the only way to really know is to have all four on here. But I found this at Michael's, so I'm going to read you the SKU number. Oh my goodness, I don't know the number. 91518-58844. It says clip collage. So I just found it on the aisle. Emma had to do a school project, so we went to Michael's. And I really like it, but I do think that this is distracting. And I think it'd be just super cute, like in a hallway. So that is what I'm doing. I am going to read you what I changed. And these are the other houses. So these are the other houses. So I did Blossom, and there's Sunshine, Harvest, and Frost. So I'm going to read you what I changed real quick in case y'all want to stitch it. It took me about 11 hours. So I changed the house. It's supposed to be yellow. And I changed the house to aqua. And the aqua I used is 3766. And then the pink, one of these trees was a really hot pink, which was 352, and I changed it to 754. And that's all I changed. And I just don't know if I love all this trellis stuff going on, but not sure. So let me know what you guys think of that.
All right. Well, as we like comments coming for that, we have other people who shared what they're stitching Quilty Love on. Wendy Blogjet said, can't wait to start Quilty Love. Going to use red, white, and aqua as well to match your sewing room. Terry Lane said, I'm doing Buffalo Plaid Quilty Love.
Ooh.
That sounds cool.
Denise would stitch that.
And
we gotta see a picture of that. Send me a picture of that.
Yes, please. And then Pat Bro says, using pink, aqua, and red floss on Farmhouse Vintage. Laura Whitfield says, stitching 10 count daisy and red, white, pink, and teal.
Ooh.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
And Dot Goose Design says, I'm going to do the Quilty Love, second one with green, gold, and shine for my daughter. She's a huge Packer fan.
Oh, football. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oh, and everyone loves your house. They think it's beautiful. And I lost the comment, but someone said that they did not think the vine was too thick.
They don't?
They don't.
See, Denise didn't think it was. To me, it just bugs me.
Yes.
I wanted to show you this. Terry, who works in customer service, is going to be doing this as her parade of homes. And it is the Early American series. She's stitching on 18 count Ada, and she just got a white, and she tea coffee dyed it herself. And she's using the called for threads, and it's Classic Colorworks. I think it's 9 in the series. And so here's the series. It's different Early American people. I'm trying to think of the word. Really pretty. So she started off with Betsy Ross, and then for the finishing of putting it all into one, I'm sure that is on Little House Needleworks website. And so someone had asked about this last week, and then we realized she was already stitching it, so that's super awesome. And then I just wanted to remind you guys about Make-A-Wish and give a big thank you. We have raised $11,475.99 as of today, which is $2,000 more than last week, which I am super, super grateful for. I do look at that a lot, and so when I went there this morning and I was like, 11,000, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So this is going to be our Bloomtopia stitch along. The pattern will be completely free on our blog. It's going to start February 1st, and the money, we're asking for $15 if you stitch it, to donate $15 to our Make-A-Wish campaign, which is in the link below, and to just go ahead and get your fabric and all your supplies, so when February 1st comes around, you are ready to go. And I can show you all the things that we have, but remember, you can stitch on anything you want. You don't have to stitch just like this. Stitch it however you would like to. So we have little Bloomtopia bags. We have our supply list, which you can find right now on our blog. And a lot of people are stitching with different cloth, and I would love for you to comment and tell me what you're stitching with. We have a DMC pack, an AuriFloss pack. I stitched mine that you just saw on DMC, and this is pewter 25 count Lugana. Some people are stitching on Touch of Blue, Touch of Gray, Wichell Ada. If you want a good close match, there's that. And then this is a little needle minder. So we have all of that. That is coming up. Just a reminder to kind of get all of your stuff. And our main thing here is we want to raise money for Make-A-Wish. And you can use anything you have. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly what we did. We are doing this in the quilting world also, and so what we did is we matched our thread to match our quilt, so it would kind of be like a big series, and it all kind of matchy-matchy, and that was kind of fun to like, and actually kind of hard to take a quilt and make it match the DMC. That was really hard. I can't tell you how many times we went around and around and around on colors. Just because like the quilting world colors don't exactly match the DMC world colors, if that makes sense. I mean, you would think like with DMC, there's over 300 colors. You would think, oh my gosh, that's a million colors. When you're trying to match it exactly, because I'm a little OCD, it can be overwhelming. So it's like one of those things that's like fun afterwards because it looks great, but then when you've changed it 3 or 4 times, you get a little frustrated, or I get a little frustrated because I want things to be so perfect. And it's silly because nobody's going to email me and say, well, that orange isn't the exact orange in the quilt. But in my head, I just want it to be perfect because I'm assuming, you know, some of you guys are going to make both. So, and that's how we're able to raise so much money, because we're raising from the quilting side and the cross stitch side. So I would love to know kind of like, what are y'all gonna, it seems like based on what I've seen on feedback, because I do read all the stuff, is that a lot of you guys are going to use the same thread but different cloth. I could be totally wrong, but I kind of think that's what you guys are doing.
All right, let's see. Gabriel Fuentes says that he was going to stitch on Country French Rain, but may change it since he just learned to stitch on linen.
Oh, yes.
That's cool.
There's that same color in linen.
All right, and Wendy Blodgett says, I'm using 16 count pewter Ada for Bloomtopia with Lori's AuriFloss pack.
Yay.
Ooh, that sounds great. Lillian Bollinger says she's using 14 count Graceful Gray.
Yep.
All right. And yeah, feel free to comment below, guys, if you're stitching along with us, what you're stitching on.
Yay. Okay, so we have a lot of other new things also, of course. So I finished this also. So this is a brand new pillow. It's a kit. It's called Let Love Bloom by Country Cottage Needleworks. And the kit is just a cross stitch kit. So in the kit, you would get the 10 count fabric from Lori Holt. You would get DMC thread and a size 24 needle. And then tomorrow, Lily is going to release this wonderful video on how to turn it into a pillow on this channel, which is why you subscribe to the Back Quarter Shop FlossTube channel. And so if you want to buy fabric to turn it into a pillow or embellishment, you can definitely do that. It does not come in the kit. It's a brand new kit. And the way that I finished it is an envelope pillow, which I learned from Lori Holt years and years and years ago. So I just show you step by step. It's very beginner. It's like 45 minutes or 50 minutes. Lily, how long is it?
It's like 50 minutes almost.
Yeah, it's like 50 minutes. So when I was proofing the video, I was like, how do I speed it up? I can't watch myself. Of course, I didn't know how to, so Lily had to show me. So this is super exciting. And really what we're trying to do here is just show you this, was meant, the pattern is written for like 14 or 16 count, but look how cute it is in 10 count. And one thing that I did do is I stitched with 6 strands of DMC. You're supposed to stitch with 4, so it's very bulky, but I did that because I just wanted it to have more of like a tapestry home deck. I just wanted it to look different, and it does. It looks really different, and I love it. And I'm so excited that I have a pillow. And it's funny because when I have these pillows that are cross stitch, I just leave them in the house, and Kevin's always like, do you know that your cross stitch is on the thing? I'm like, yeah. And I mean, my boys are just boogers, but it's okay. They'll probably mess it up. They throw it, they hit each other with it.
That's great. We're getting a lot of love for the pillow in the comments. So
Yay!
Hooray.
And to go with the pillow,
Yes.
because we like to do that, Denise put this together. This is Lovebirds. It's also by Country Cottage Needleworks. And we also used 10 count. There's also a kit for this, and she stitched with 4 strands, which is what you're supposed to do because Denise follows the rules. So this is Denise's, and she finished it with, this was a frame that inside has 2 5x7 inserts. It's from Michael's, and she put a fabric behind it, and then on the side, she used, she just got like a value pack from Michael's that had like ribbon and twill, and just put it down. And I can read to you from the back the item number. So this is also from Michael's. We were both at Michael's at the same time. 451981. It just says frame cadre. I will tell you that with Michaels, their numbers are not like Hobby Lobby. With Hobby Lobby, we know exactly where the numbers are and it's easy to find. But we got both of these items, both frames this weekend. So those are new. So they're new kits. They use the 10 count Ada DMC. They have a needle, so you're ready to go, and a pattern. So do y'all have any questions on those? I just thought it was super cute because I know a lot of you guys don't. It seems like in the cross stitch world, not many people stitch for like Valentine's Day, and I was like, but it's so cute. Let's do some kits.
We did have some questions going back to Bloomtopia.
Yes.
Karen Sharp was wondering, is Bloomtopia cross stitch pattern recommended for beginners?
Yes. And if you're a beginner, you can stitch it on, I would stitch on 14 count.
All right. And Heather Lyon says, what is a good number to buy for me? I've never cross stitched before. I bought the thread already, but unsure of cloth size. Thanks in advance.
I would do 14 count touch of gray. It's very similar to the pewter that I used.
All right. And Marcia Roth was asking if we have any idea when the Family Tree Cottage of the Month frames might be in.
She's still working on it.
Excellent. Okay.
So I don't know.
And let's see. Oh, Laura Whitfield was sharing with us that she's loves the called for colors for Bloomtopia, so she bought the DMC pack and she's stitching on 14 count graceful gray.
Yay!
And Pat Bro says she's a FlossFix member and is going to choose from that floss for the Bloomtopia
good.
cross stitch.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea to use like what you have. And if you were a Witchell Club member, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, you could even like pull from that because gray is in that or was in that at one point.
All right. Oh, she also said she does an envelope back with a plastic snap closure for her pillow covers. That sounds cool.
Yay. Yeah, I don't do buttonholes and I don't do snaps and I don't do any of that because I'd probably be throwing stuff. I think it's because I really like my work to be perfect, and so I know if I don't like put that snap exactly where I want it, it's gonna bug me and just stay in my head because I can't let things go. So that's why I don't do it. And I have some other things. So in December and November, we had done a stitch along called Bringing Home the Tree. This is the Lori Holt pattern. And so we did a stitch along and I got mine framed and it came back from the framer last week. And I wanted my frame to be different. So I came up with this. It's a little bit more brick than the pattern, but I like it. It's good. I like it. I'm happy with it. I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to find something. I didn't want to do white because my Ada was white. And what I really wanted to do, if y'all want to know the truth, is I wanted to do aqua, but I couldn't find the aqua that I wanted. And then, it kind of fought with the snowflakes. So I do spend a lot of time at the framer because I think when they see me, they're like, oh, that lady's coming. She's crazy. Not really, but kind of. I spend a lot of time in there. Most people probably don't spend as much time. I also finished in December, I finished the June Cottage of the Month. And I got that framed. This can be used as the FQS Parade of Homes. So this is the June. I only have 1.5 left, actually, of all of the cottages. So I'm super excited. This is all the cottages. So if you wanted to stitch them, this is how they look. And I have done January, February, March, April, May, June, July. I'm halfway done with August. I just started September, and then I have October, November, and December done. So I just went all out of order. And then here's December. And a funny story about this is I had started these, and I had bought them from a store because this was before cross stitch, and they had sent me 16 count. It's supposed to be 14 count. So half of mine are on 16 count and half are on 14 count, and I'm going to pretend that nobody's going to notice that. And then Lori released, she has stitch cards, and so all of those that I just showed you, I used museum glass when I got it framed. The stitch cards come out quarterly. We're now working on our next batch. Super cute. We're finalizing the designs today. So these are the 4 stitch cards, set C. I use the medium frame that we sell. It's called medium vintage square frame, and I had the framer because I'm too nervous to just frame it for me. I did not put glass in this one, so you can touch it. And I was a little bit concerned that I had left too much space out here, but I actually love it now. And I do think that that if I put a button right here in the center, it would be super cute. So I mean, and I could just hot glue that down. So I wanted to see how it looked in the frame before I did a button, because if I framed it with a button, I couldn't take it off. So there's that. Speaking of stitch cards, stitch card set B, these are B. These are all Lori Holt designs. Yeah, it'd be good if I could go up. Scarecrow. And so Shelby stitched these and Denise finished them. And so they're a bucket, and on one side of the bucket, this is how it looks from Hobby Lobby. The number on this is 1549450. So here's one, and here's another one. Oh, and they're magnetic. Denise is telling me they're magnetic, so you just put a washer on one side and they stick wherever.
Or a magnet.
Yeah. What'd I say? Sorry.
A washer.
Well, oh, yeah, sorry. Magnet. Thanks, Lily. So that we have a ton of finishes. So let me know if y'all have any questions with that. Super fun. We're hoping we can inspire you so that you can like look through all the styles, so you can see, like, I tend to do more of a whimsical look. Cheryl and Terry tend to do the traditional, harder, traditional colors, harder stuff. So we're going to be able to show you like stuff that appeals to all levels of stitchers. The Wichell Club, I was going through. I keep them in this bucket. I'm a member of the club, so I was just going to show you, if you've been in the club, this is kind of what you get. We're currently ordering for the next 6 months. So this is Touch of Gray and Graceful Gray. Lamb's Wool, which you can see, I've opened it and cut off. Beautiful Beige. And Chalkboard Black. So these are the ones I haven't used up yet, but we do have a club. It has 14 counts. And we have a 28 count linen. And I was going to show you the Bloomtopia next to these two grays. And if you're in the club, you could already just pull from it. You won't have to buy anything. So this is Pewter 25 count Lugana. This is Graceful Gray. So it's a little bit lighter. And this is Touch of Gray, and it's a little bit darker. So you could just decide if you want it to be a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. I like the Touch of Gray better, which is, oh, let me see. I like both. Touch of Gray is darker, so I'm not really sure. So that would be kind of just a way for you to see. And I'm currently looking, I'm going to be stitching something to show you guys, and so I just brought all my Wichell because I'm like, well, I'm going to match it to fabric because I don't want to buy anything either. That's what I always try to tell you guys, is like, you don't have to buy something new. You can just use what you have. And so I brought that bucket to see, like, I want to put, Denise and I are going to put some thread on it and see like which one works, and then use one of the clubs.
Allison Rollinson says, what is the cloth count for Lori's stitch cards that Cheryl did? Do we know?
Cheryl didn't do any. Shelby did.
It's 10 count. Shelby's.
I don't think it is. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're talking about this one, this is 10 count. And the one that I did is also 10 count, and this is Oatmeal.
Oatmeal on the non-modeled side.
And non-modeled side. And this is also Oatmeal. And on one side it's modeled, so you can get more of a textured modeled look. And you can use either one. Oatmeal is the only 10 count that has that double-sided. The other colors are just the same on both sides.
All right. And Angela Stoudenberg was asking if we sell washers and magnets.
Soon.
Ooh. Okay. Iman Mack was asking, I'm trying to join via my laptop. Where do I locate the join button? I can see it on my iPad, but not my laptop. So it's for channel memberships. And we don't have those enabled on this channel. That's on our quilting channel.
Yeah, but you can subscribe. Just hit subscribe and just hit like. And I just like when you guys comment. I go through every Wednesday night and Friday night after the live stream. I go through and read the comments. And I just like to know kind of what you guys are doing, what you're stitching, so that I can see. I mean, I don't know, like what you guys are doing. I just am interested. Just like you guys watch me, you're interested in my stuff. I like to see what you guys are doing. And I like to see your comments. So that's why I'm asking a lot of questions. So we also have a couple of new things. We don't have as much new because quilt stitch market is coming up and needlework market is coming up in March. And so a lot of designers will hold everything until then. So you're not going to see a lot of new cross stitch patterns until then. Denise and Cheryl will be going to cross stitch market and they're going to take photos of different booths, whoever will let us. And when we come back, we will have kind of a slide through where I can talk through everybody's booth. You know, not every designer is going to let us photo, but you know, the ones that will, like I'm sure Hands on Design, Heart in Hand, and Blackbird, I'm sure they're going to let us photo. We can show pictures of the designers. We'll show you as much behind the scenes as we can. I will not be going to Cross Stitch Market because I will be at a dance convention, and I'm super excited because Emma has 3 dance conventions coming up the next 3 weekends, and I could not be more excited because I am that crazy dance mom who loves it. And she had gotten to the point, I'm just going to distract a little bit. She had gotten to the point where she was just like, because she's 12, like she doesn't need me, you know. So I was like, okay, fine, you don't need me, I'm going to leave. So this last weekend she had a little thing, and I left, and sweet little Caitlin, it's like her friend, was like, where is your mom? Is she okay? Because I'm like the only mom who stays. And I don't stay to like give her advice or like get in the front row. Like some moms do that. Like some moms, like you can see them on the side, like da, da, da. I don't do that. I sit with my headphones. I just like to see her. Bless you. I like to see her. I like to enjoy it. I mean, she's a really good dancer. I don't want to say like live my life through my kids, but like I always tell Emma, like, I'm paying for this. Your father and I, we're paying for this. I want to see. I want to make sure you're working hard, and I want to be able to see. And she always gets called out and all that. So she did tell me, she said, well, this weekend you can stay in the room. So I think because she wanted me to leave, and then when I left, she was like, all my friends were asking. And I think before she thought her friends thought it was weird because I'm the only one, and now she realizes, like, her friends realize, like, I'm pretty cool. So anyway, I'm so excited.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
distracted,
good.
and I just totally went off course. I'm not supposed to, but I did.
Let's see. Question from Tina Rutan. I bought 25 count Lugana pewter. Do I stitch over 2
Yes.
2x2 holes? They're pretty tiny.
Yes, stitch over 2, and it will get easier. I'm able to stitch on 25 count just like I am with 14 count. I would say 14 count is the easiest for me. 25 count is the next. And then anything else is hard. So 16 count is really hard for me. 18 count I would never attempt. Or am I attempting?
You're attempting.
Oh, I am attempting, and I hate it. That's right. So 16 and 18, because I do like to try different things, and the 16 count is hard. The 18 count is impossible. I would never do it again. So 14 and 28 are my friend. And if you go, like, say you go to a cross stitch store and they wanna say, oh, Ada is bad, or you know, Ada is like not as good as cloth. Do whatever you want to do. Like, think about it like this: when my uncles come to my house, or my aunts, and they see my work, they see like the work that I put in, and they're like, that's beautiful. They have no idea what Ada is and no idea what linen is, and those are my people. And I just want them to like enjoy my work. My kids, they don't know, they don't care. They like love it. They're gonna love that pillow when I get it home, because they're gonna get it and they're gonna start throwing it at each other just to make me mad, because they know that they're funny. Or take videos of themselves doing it and then send me the videos from the other room.
Oh man.
Because that would be what they do. But you should do whatever. You know, last year I kind of was like, no, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try 16. I'm gonna try 18. And I just didn't enjoy it. And so I'm going to just do, this year, I'm going to be sticking with 14 count and 25 count and 10 count. I love 10 count because, let me see this one. The Let Love Bloom. I got this done in a weekend. I mean, way less than 7 days. And so it's a big, you know, it's like a big bang for your buck, if that makes sense. Like, it takes the same amount of time as if it's 14 count, but you get a bigger, and you get something different. I mean, we all have framed cross stitch. We all have stuff, you know, but I just wanted to do something different and just show you there's different ways you can display your cross stitch. I mean, you could do this. The pillow tutorial that I have tomorrow, you can watch it. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do Valentine's. You don't have to use 10 count. You can do whatever, but it's just a technique, and just I really want to inspire you guys and show you guys how you can combine your love of quilting and cross stitch, or vice versa, and just show you a lot of different things. Like when you come to our channel, you're gonna see a ton of different things. It's never gonna be the same style. It's never gonna be the same cloth. It's always gonna be different, so that you can take what you like and do it for your home, because you only know what you like.
Okay, she was also asking how many strands if you're stitching on 25 count.
2. So you would treat 25 count like 14 count. It's just over 2.
All right. Deborah Ryan was asking, what is the stitch count for Bloomtopia? I need to know before I can choose fabric.
So we used 25 count Lugana, but our second recommendation would be 14 count Ada. The stitch count is 88 by 116. So if you're doing 14 count, you would need a piece. We'll do the math real quick. Do 116 divided by 14.
116 divided by 14 is 8.28.
So a fat quarter would be totally fine. Any of these Lugana packs would be totally fine. And one thing I was going to show you guys is we got these in. We had ordered them a while back, and we will sell out of them. I'm just warning you, because Little House, they're called a year of house. What are they called, Denise?
Sampler months.
Sampler months. What do they search?
If they search sampler months.
Oh, sampler months. Sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. But they're different months. So like in January and February, you get 2 designs. So you get 2, you get 2 patterns, but you get the floss. And I really like the concept of this. And so what I'm going to do, since the floss is already here, I'm going to I'm going to go to my office, and I'm going to look at what I think will look good with this. And I might use this. I might use, what's the blue I might use? From the snow.
Country French Rain.
Country French Rain. I might use that. And so I'll show you. I just like these. They're different than anything I've done. January and February, because they would be more traditional than what I usually do. I'm going out of order, but that's okay. November, December. And some people do this as a full set. I'm going to do them individually. Priscilla did these. Did she do them individually? Yeah, Priscilla did them individually, and so her blog is the priscillas2000.blogspot.com. Her channel is The Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and it's on her blog from 2 years ago how she did it. And I don't know if she did the same colors or not. This is my favorite, is the August.
She says she switched some.
She switched some of them, but it's a good starting point. And to me, it's like you don't have to think, because the floss is in there. And the floss is in there for enough for 2 months. And so on these Little House, because they have hand-dyed floss, she can ship them to us, but in smaller quantities than we would normally order. So when they're sold out, we'll buy more. It's an older series. It came out in 2010, so it's 9 years old. But to me, the designs are awesome. And they're a little bit more, well, they're a lot more traditional than anything I do. But I'm going to have fun picking out floss. To me, that's half the fun. And then we have a couple of other new things, not too much, a couple new patterns. This is a brand new winter bell pull. And I do like this one. Super cute. I would be scared to turn it into that bell pull, but her work at Needlework Market is always, her sewing is pristine. And she does give you on the back instructions on how to turn it into a bell pull. I don't want to show the whole thing because you have to buy it. And then these are some designs, hands-on design. And these were Special Request Wild Salt Air and Signs of Winter, Bent Creek. These are, I wanted to show you guys, we have a new system where you can click and request us to carry an item. And so Denise and I are super proud of the fact that we're doing that. We think it's great customer service, And on a majority of them, we have been able to order exactly what you want. So the more specific you are, links to maybe the manufacturer's page are great, item numbers, SKU numbers. So there is a link to that in the video. And we do let you know if we're able to fulfill your request or if we're not, because some things are just, we can't, or we don't think we could sell it, or it's just too expensive. And one of the requests that we got last week from the live stream, we had several people email, like 6 people maybe. They wanted bigger pieces of cloth, so like 1 yard pieces instead of back quarters or half yards. So we ordered a lot of that, and we got a lot of people asking for 36, 32, and 40 count. So we bought some of that too. And the way that that works is we order it prepackaged and they ship it as it's ready. So we will be adding that as it comes in. So some of it has already shipped, some of it will come in a month, but we're definitely adding to that. And if you have a specific color, we can't always add it if it's a full bolt. Like I can't buy bolts of 40 count because my customer base is beginner. So, but I can buy 1 yard cuts of it. But anything that you have that is very specific, you want like we've had people say, I want mushroom 26 count.
Ice blue.
We've got a lot of requests for ice blue manufacturer. Zweigart. And so ice blue is coming. But anything, the more specific you are, the better we can handle your request. And that's just a way for us to kind of add. And I think it's just an added service. I talk a lot about customer service and I want to stand behind it. And there will be times I have to say no, but most of the time, most of these we have ordered. And I just think it's super awesome that we're able to do that.
Yeah. Sandy Ruck says, thank you, FQS, for ordering the Nutcracker, and he had risen
Yes.
for me. So excited.
Yes, we did. Yes. And that Nutcracker is really cute. When I saw it in person, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute.
And Angela Stoutenberg says, how long does it take to get a reply to the form for a product request?
Couple days at most, if not today. So I this week, for example, Tula Pink is coming. I've got sales reps here every single day. So you'd probably get your email from me at night. But yes, we're in there every day. Obviously Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're not in there as much because Fridays is like our big day to prepare for next week's live stream. But yeah, really quick.
All right. And then we have other questions about other stuff.
Yeah.
If we want to go over them.
Yeah.
Carolyn Beezer said, you had the little Quaker Christmas thread box. Do we have other patterns, or does she have other patterns for other holidays besides Christmas and Halloween?
Susan Aki.
I would look on the AuriFloss thread blog. So she...
Collecting colors. The collecting colors so long.
Oh, she's doing, okay, you're right. Okay. So Susan Aki is a quilter and a cross stitcher, and she is doing a brand new thing. Denise is going to bring it up. It's called Collecting Colors, and that actually we found out about from the product request form because people were asking us to carry all the colors in it. And so we have all of those AuriFloss on order, and it will take a little bit because AuriFloss ships from Italy. So when it comes, and it's basically it looks like it is 12 quilt blocks. It's got sashing in between, and she's going to release something every month. So she has that, and Ashley can put a link to it below. And we don't have all the AuriFloss right this second, but it's already been ordered. Denise ordered all of that, and we found out about that from you guys. And she does do some free stuff, a lot of free stuff. This will probably be what she does this year, but she's got some other stuff on AuriFloss blog from the past. And it's Susan Ache, Aki, which is ACHE.
Yeah, it's spelled like ache, but it's Aki.
Yeah.
Okay. Sandy Ruck says, how would the Ada Club work if you join now? Do you start at the beginning?
No, you would start it this month or whatever's the next club. And we're trying to keep those colors neutral. You might get a black or a navy every now and then, but we're trying to keep it in the neutral zone so that it's something where you can just like pick up and, I'm at.
Okay. And Mary Keenan says, when you kit up your projects, do you get multiple floss skeins so all the colors are in all the projects?
I do one project at a time, If it's a series, I would look at the our site has the information on there. If you're making this series, you would need 3 skeins of this or 1 skein of this. I'll buy all of it at once.
Great comment from Stacy Fallon. She says, FYI, watching FlossTube while shopping in Hobby Lobby, never a good thing. I'm definitely getting looks, LOL.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh my
You do
gosh.
you, girl.
People are
You
going to
do
be
you.
like, that lady sounds like a chipmunk. Who is she? Oh, I would totally be that woman with like my headphones. Oh my gosh. So the headphones. We got to talk about the headphones.
Ooh.
So, okay. I cannot sleep without headphones. I have to have them on. I cannot sleep without them. It is a thing. And last Friday, I texted Kevin. Kevin's not a texter. If you're like friends with him, if you text him, you're probably not gonna get an answer. And if you call him, he's definitely not answering the phone. That phone is like not anything to him. Well, I texted him and was like, oh my gosh, I left my headphones. Can you please bring them? He called me like 45 minutes later. What food do you want me to bring home? I was like, do you have my headphones? And he said no. So I had to use his headphones. And he was like, they're great. Oh no. I was like, I was devastated. I did not sleep good all weekend because I did not have my headphones. So Kevin was like, Kim, you have really got to buy a pair for work because this is like a thing. And like this morning I woke up at like 5:30. I couldn't fall back to sleep. Put my headphones on, went right back to sleep. Why did I talk about that? Anyway, Kevin's got some cheap headphones. He thinks they're great, and I'm like, good. They don't even fit. Like they were like kids. They were like up here. Like I have a big head. Anyway, I was so upset on Friday. I was like, we gotta go to work to get my headphones. Of course, I'm way too lazy to drive all the way to work to get them. But yes, I'm gonna buy a pair for myself for work because I cannot not have my headphones.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sally Jo Kunt says, every time I go to a cross-stitch store, they always talk down Ada, and
do.
I love it. I usually only do 14 count.
You.
And she says, if I want the design smaller, which one do you recommend?
If you want the design smaller, I wouldn't go past 16 count. I mean, 14 count, 16 count. And I mean, I feel that way too when I go to a store, but it's okay. Like, just like I said, like, the only people who know that you're not stitching on linen are cross stitchers. Are they coming to your house? Do they care about your decoration? Should they care about your decorations? No, it is your house. You should decorate however you want. Mm-hmm. Do whatever you want, and like don't let anybody talk you down to you. Now, if you want to do 40 count linen, go for it. Like I would never talk down to those people either. Like you should do whatever you want to do. Like who cares? All I care about is decorating my house and my kids liking it, or do you know what I mean? Like I do like it when my kids say, oh, that's cute, or I like that, or could I put that in my room? You know, they do that sometimes with especially my quilting stuff. Can I have that quilt? I mean, I like that kind of thing, but like you should do whatever. And like the reason cross stitch is coming back is because there is 10 count that got people back into trying it again. And you know, people who are older and have bad eyesight, like that's me. I have bifocals. I use a magnifier everywhere. That also comes to and from work every day. And I think, you know, as you get older, it's harder to do stuff. And if 14 count is good, 14 count is good. It's good for me. I should make my license plate 14 count.
14 count.
And then y'all see me driving around Austin. That's that old lady, 14 count. Sorry, I'm special today.
Raquel Schindler says, I've been eyeing the vintage Christmas sampler by Lori Holt to stitch up as Christmas ornaments for my little girl's Christmas tree. Any idea how small each ornament would be?
They are 48 by 48 stitch count. So, no, they're 24 by 24 stitch count. It's right here. No, it's not here.
I can't get it.
Let me see that one. It'll be the same. Let me count real quick. Hold on. Let me see the Quilty Love right there on the bottom. I can tell you right now. Sorry. $24 by 24. So stitch count 24 by 24. So if you did 10 count, 24 divided by 10 is 2.4. So you would have like a 2.5 inch square ornament. If you did 14 count,
1.7.
it would be 1.7. So you would be like a little bit less than 2 inches. And then of course, you know, you could add squares around the edge to make it a little bit bigger, and you could put, we have lots of videos on this Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube on how to do 5 different versions of ornaments.
And Home Mom was asking, on the Quilty Love, will you be showing us what Lori Holt did with her vintage trim?
Yes, I'm going to do a tutorial on the last week on how to do this, and I'm going to totally fib up. But Lori, because she's my BFF, she did all the buttons for me and all the rickrack. Because I was like, I'm too scared. And because I hadn't seen it before, so I didn't, I mean, I can do it now because I can look at it. And we can do a lot of up-close shots also. And when we do that, we'll do some up-close shots, and it'll really, like, help you.
Gabriel Fuentes says, him and Peach were wondering if they could borrow Denise.
No. You want to pay her salary? Yes. No, you cannot borrow Denise.
Or on the weekends.
No.
Holidays.
No, she's on call all the time. Yay. Okay, so guys, next week I will be showing Lori's Christmas alphabet. I will be showing 2 really big surprises, and I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for joining me today. It's always fun, and I'll see you guys next week.
We have shout outs? I don't know if you want to do that.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
These are from Parade of Homes.
Yeah, so this is Lady Luth, and she is on February, and that's by Country Cottage Needleworks. And Terry Lee Crafts. She's also on February, so we've got lots of people doing the Parade of Homes. And Connie Dunn this is the 3rd installment of Snow Village, or the 2nd. It's the 2nd installment of Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. In January, Amy Lynn, and that is Country Cottage Needleworks. And I love this one. So Priscilla is in the background. Chelsea's hiding behind the sign. She's watching it on TV. And this is Maker Mahar. And she's stitching the FQS Parade of Homes. And she's watching the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. So that's pretty awesome. And Laura Whitfield. So that's cute. She took a frame, and it looks like in the back she put some fabric. And that bow is super cute. Looks like she probably painted the snowflake. And there's Priscilla, and that is Piper, the black dog. Oh. And Ronnie is the brown dog. And she's doing Snow Village with Parade of Homes with us.
Oh, they're just babies.
They're little babies.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And then we had 2 more shout outs.
Okay. Kim Crazy at Snow Village, so that's the very center. And Hello January, that is a hands-on design that came out several years ago. I actually have all but one of them done. I just have to frame them. And that's also Aggie Rachel from San Antonio, Texas, and she's in 2 shout-outs today. So.
To answer Peach's question, yes.
Uh-oh. I'll have to see what you asked later.
Yes.
Awesome. So you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys next week.